I'm the story.
You are the story.
So my life has always been around like entertaining people.
Right.
So when people see us at events, when people see us doing just us here, they know this is my story. I've always been around food. I love food.
Yes.
Good food.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I told you earlier on how grandma, that was me next to her eating free meat before the party starts. So it's just people see the passion, and that's the story. Everything we used to see in our food or the sauces, it's all top quality stuff.
Yeah.
So when they see, when you see me at a party and we're just doing our thing, it's like, okay,
it's good.
You can see that this guy is not just doing it for, obviously we get paid for it, but he's just not doing it for money. Like there's actual passion
for
it. Yeah.
Hello, guys. Welcome to Creative Money. This is the podcast dedicated to helping artists, innovators, and dreamers transform their passions into profitable ventures. I'm your host, Munachi Abi, and this week we will be turning our passions into profit. Let's make some money. My guest today is someone that you may not know, but you might have experienced. He is Adeyemi Okunowo, a graduate of the University of Leicester, who upon returning to Nigeria in 2010 embarked on a successful career in hospitality, taking his passion to the next level. He founded Wingsville in 2017, and over the past 8 years, he has successfully grown the business to remarkable heights, driven by his dedication and perseverance. So nice to meet you, Adeyemi.
Nice to meet you too. How you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very well, thank you. So, walk me through your journey. How did you get into the hospitality business? And what made you go into that? And how did the dream of Wingsville come about?
So, I come from a very fudgy family. So, growing up, I used to be with grandma every time we were prepping for parties in the house.
Yes.
And it would just be mom and aunties doing their thing. But grandma was in charge of the food and all that. So I used to just be next to her to get free meat, but it was a thing then, like you just see the joy in people from what she was doing from morning up until like afternoon.
Right.
And everyone just like happy because of the food. So I just took a liking to food generally from a very early age.
Yeah.
Then I moved out of the country, and my home was like where everyone came to eat. Like just know that in Tank's house there's food.
Right.
And it was just a thing. I played American football as well. All the barbecues for the team, just always me. So I just had just general liking. I used to watch BBC Food back in the day. So when I moved back, I think that realization that yes, you can make money from this passion you have kicked in. And when I moved back, we just was around the hospitality space. And 2017, I'm like, look, I think obviously before that we had done many hit and miss, you know. But yeah, 2017, I just called my boys, look, what's not available as an offering in Nigeria? And we just started checking. At first, it was meant to be a pizza by the slice spot.
Oh, right.
But yeah, that story is, we went to construct a clay oven. It was a cement oven they did for us. So we just scrapped the idea and, we went with wings. I just fried up different batches of wings. He tasted. I'm like, all right, let's do this. And 8 years later, we're still pushing the product. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Cool. So, after the pizza thing?
Yeah.
Did you have like other ideas that you tried to sample before you finally decided that okay, wings, or maybe different part of the chicken that you thought?
So I was generally a grill guy.
Right.
So, but then the different people doing grills as well. So it was just the pizza. Then they sort of go hand in hand. So we just thought like, nah, let's this is when you have more supply here. No one's really doing it at the time.
Right.
So
That's how you got
I
it.
mean, before the pizza in uni, there's been many different ideas.
Yeah.
I've tried to sell Gary water.
Gary water.
Yeah.
How?
There's you know when you soak Gary
Yeah.
with like ice cold water.
Mm-hmm.
You know that top water.
With the chaff and everything on it. How do you sell that? Why?
I mean, we're trying to bottle it, but it was just obviously in England. It was
What would you use that for?
just a refreshing drink.
Gary water.
Yeah.
Is it
It
refreshing?
was going to be called G2O.
Stop.
Yeah.
Why?
So it was just, we've tried with different things, but I mean, Wingsville has been what we've
I'm
made.
glad Wingsville stopped because Gary water.
Yeah. I mean, trust me, in the future, there's still space for that. Watch out for Gary.
Would it
for
have like
G2O.
a peanut
We
flavor?
have different lemon flavored, lime flavored, honey flavored. Yeah.
Stop.
Trust me, like I don't know if you drink Gary.
I
Like,
do.
yeah. So that first pour,
Mm-hmm.
when you drink that first one, you're just like
Well,
before you start.
I hear you. I hear you. I've tried. Okay, so I grow some mint in my house.
Okay.
So I've tried to put like mint and some lime and then honey
Yeah.
and my Gary and ice. Obviously, it's really nice. It's like a grainy
Like
mojito.
a mocktail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me. And it's got like carbs in it, so it'll be some like a push.
Yeah. It's not bad, but I never thought that selling Gary water is like saying I sold water to a well. But I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, let's watch the space.
Let's see how that goes. That is my brain is actually like going through all kinds of things right now just thinking about that. But what are the challenges that you faced with Wingsville?
I mean, I think it's general business challenges,
Certainly
staffing.
not a capital problem.
I mean, capital. Yeah, you were surprised. I mean, everybody needs money.
True.
Yeah, even our billionaires are still raising money on a daily basis.
You can never have too much money.
You can never have too much money.
Right.
I think this part of the world, it's mostly staffing,
Like good stuff.
getting good stuff.
Yeah.
Because you have a vision, and it's like for every 200 staff, you have maybe 5 solid staff that that look without having given any direction whatsoever.
They know
what to do. The rest you're literally holding hands day in, day out, saying the same thing over and over. So it's almost having a culture where, you just have to be able to fire every day.
I see.
Like just go crazy until you get that one person that fits into the plug.
What's the craziest thing a staff has put you through and you were like, nah? What's the shortest time you've had to hire and fire someone?
Oh no, I mean, so shortest time, somebody came, got the job, let's say on a Monday, I go into the kitchen and she's sleeping.
Sleeping in the kitchen?
Yeah.
And she's supposed to be the chef?
No, she was part of the
team,
yeah. I walk in, just check something, and Auntie's just having a casual snooze.
Ooh.
So thank you very much for
same day
for the morning you spent with us. Yeah, and the craziest thing back then, we used to have this buy one get one free on Fridays. Obviously, I had to stop that because it was
going crazy.
Yeah. So imagine so obviously you have to order a lot of wings for Fridays. And on this particular Friday, I'm in my mind, kitchen is stocked up. Let's wait for the madness to start and let's
go.
And someone walks into me. Well, one of the staff walks into me. The person in charge of ordering says, "Sir, sorry, we forgot to order wings." I'm like, "What?"
How do you forget?
Yeah, literally
Stop.
and even so that's why I've learned in business, you do not ever take anything for granted.
Yeah.
Don't think they've done it.
Yeah.
Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4. Even when it's there, check that it's really there. Touch
Check
it.
5.
And make sure that yes, they've actually ordered it and it's there and they've marinated it and stuff. And literally and this is Friday. Then it was so crazy that how you have lines. Yeah, that's how it was with that Friday deal. So it's well, this was maybe probably the second month.
Yeah, so there's going to be a line.
And literally,
So how
We
did
had to
you?
just tell people to come back in like in an hour.
Oh,
Luckily, with supplies, we had quite a bit of supplies then.
yeah.
So, we just gathered and got and. But I mean, that's something you just have to pull through. You can't say, oh, there's no other wings, and
Yeah.
say let's close the shop for today.
Yeah.
You just pull through.
Okay. Well, at least the wings don't take like
Yeah, I
overnight
mean,
to
if you,
marinate.
yeah. So I know the sauces. We've got quite a few sauces. So yeah, it was. We sorted it out. I mean, we like had to close like 2 hours later, but we got it done.
Well
Oh
done.
yeah.
That's crazy.
No, trust, like, it's there are a lot of stories. We also do like outdoor catering. That's what I'm saying, like, it's staffing. So with that experience, you just know that, look, checks, all right, what have you done
Always
today?
check and
Yeah,
check.
you just keep on checking.
So do you have to train your staff before
Yeah.
they
So typically, if you're like in the kitchen, obviously you don't have all our recipes. So you go through like induction, the first week, second week, before we let you start giving food out to
people?
the general public. Then the front house, I mean, I tell my people all the time, I'm not paying you. Customers pay the company. Then we now take from that money to pay
Pay
you.
you,
So if
yeah.
you act mad to customers, they're not going to pay. And
You're not gonna pay, yeah.
like, there's no magic there.
True.
So customer service to me is a no-brainer.
Right.
I just tell people, I say, look, man, any staff on your payroll that doesn't understand
Customer
or doesn't
service.
take it seriously does not need to be on your
Yeah,
on your payroll.
Yeah.
It's just simple, and there's
Yeah.
too many people are looking for work to have one staff that is being a
Incompetent.
nuisance. Yeah.
Yeah. I find that is an issue that we have here in Nigeria because most people work so hard on their brand and everything, and the one thing that ruins it for them is customer service.
Yeah.
The people that are in front that represent your brand, they actually are just not giving.
But, I mean, kudos to like companies that have expanded to. I mean, that's where we are now,
Right.
and I'm seeing the challenges that it comes with. But kudos to people that have more than one location.
Yeah.
Like
You have more than one location.
Yeah, I mean, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's part of what we're learning.
Yeah.
So it's. I mean, once you can create a culture, that's more important, because when people just come and you'll be able to see the ones that is coming for a paycheck,
Yeah.
and when you can build a culture in your company where like my culture is work hard, play hard. The same way I'm putting you through and saying why you're not doing what you're doing. It's the same way on a Friday I'll buy a bottle and we'll all drink together, kind of thing. So it's don't get it twisted. I would give you hell if you mess up.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
get
when
some
we're
heaven.
playing, yeah, exactly. So it's just making sure that they understand.
Yeah.
And just drive it home every day. Like
Okay.
I say this all the time. Like, ask my staff, I do not pay you. Literally, customers are the ones that are going to pay for our services, our products, and
That's what
that money
pays.
now is what we now use to convert to your salary. So when I hear, like, I don't think I've heard any staff of mine in the past maybe 6 years talk to a customer anyhow. Lately, it's been dispatch riders. So that's another
'Cause they don't
bulk.
work directly.
Yeah, because we have ad hoc staff that they just come with their own bikes and we partner with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no personal staff of mine has done anything to any customer, like said, oh, they got into a
Yeah.
confrontation or
Now, has there been an issue where a dispatch rider ate the wings?
no, definitely.
What? Seriously?
There was even, I mean, this one, like, when, and the thing is, I trust my people. So when my people say they've packed an order, I know they've packed an order. Like, they get fed well, so there's
Yeah.
not wings that, so the staff
the
that worked for like
issue,
5
yeah.
years, say they
Right.
took one wing from an order. So when my friend ordered and said, here's 12 wings I ordered, there's only 10 here. I'm like, So I go to the kitchen, and my head chef, he's tired. Like, I mean, I love my wings, but trust me, I'm not eating wings every day.
Yeah.
But
You'd be tired of it.
yeah. So he's one, until he was on duty,
Right.
and it's like, I know it's not definitely not Samuel. Who else is here that's gonna? So I went outside digging deep. He said, "Come, what about the rider?" And so we called him back to the office. I was like, see what happened though. I know it's not. Maybe he fell down this thing. He said, "Yeah, sir." But meanwhile, when he was trying to dig in, and literally, he now told somebody that, that he has been seeing the food, and the thing.
The entire
And he said that so he didn't know that they count the pieces. He thought it was like, okay, like how you have jollof rice.
Yeah.
You just take out 2 spoons and
They don't know.
they will know. Yeah. So he thought that.
Imagine that.
Yeah, and literally. So I mean, but really now. But yeah, that was one incident that was really interesting.
Okay, so I've had like several guests come on the show and tell us like different things that creative people do for their businesses for it to thrive, right?
Yeah.
Did you have to come up with a story for Wingsville? Did you have a story attached to it, or did you have to make up a story to sell the brand?
I mean, so I'm the story.
You are the story.
So my life has always been around entertaining people.
Right.
So when people see us at events, when people see us doing just us here, they know this is my story. I've always been around food. I love food.
Yes.
Good food.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I told you earlier on how grandma, that was me next to her eating free meat before the party starts. So it's just people see the passion, and that's the story.
That's what they follow.
Like he's not going to just serve you. I mean, everything we used to see in our food or the sauces, it's all top quality stuff.
Yeah.
So when they see, when you see him at a party and we're just doing our thing, it's like, okay,
It's good.
you can see that this guy is not just doing it for, obviously you get paid for it, but he's just not doing it for money. Like there's actual passion
For
it. Yeah. So.
Okay, that's very it's good to know.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about like unique skills. Do you think starting up a business out of passion, you have to have like very unique skills to do the thing, or it's okay to just be like everybody else and just have a story attached to it? What do you think?
So for me, let me use Mark Zuckerberg as an example. So Facebook started off as a passion project to get colleges to be able to interact with themselves.
Right.
But you see business, when you start collecting investors' money, that passion is to chill. And you need to learn actual business.
Right.
Actual business, accounting. When they put like your financial statements in front of you, you need to be able to understand what is portrayed on that document.
Yeah.
You need to now learn about marketing. You have to learn about, operations, all that stuff. So you can't. Passion is the beginning. Passion is like the
Key
just
to the door.
you pour fuel.
Right.
And just but that understanding business, understanding the whole thing that comes with it, that's now a different ball game.
Yeah.
You can love to make hair, but you see, running a salon is different.
It's totally different.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
You have to deal with, you have to deal with your supplies. You have to deal with your hairdressers. You have to deal with the girls doing pedicure. You have to deal with the, so many things.
Yeah.
If you're having hair on display, you have to make sure that you're not getting sent the wrong hair. So from just liking to do hair, look at how many components have come, in addition to.
Yeah.
So passion is that's your gate fee. You enter, you pay. That's when you now enter, there's a lot of So passion took me for maybe the first 2 years.
And after that,
so we faced business.
So did you have to? Fair enough. Did you have to learn about business again? Because I know you studied economics.
Yeah.
Right, but obviously that came into play.
Yeah.
But did you have to now go back and study about like how to run a proper business, or you already had that business acumen already?
So I think with me, so the first 2 years, I was a social media guy. I was my accountant. I was my tax consultant.
Right.
And I feel with all these positions, as you grow, you start interacting with professionals that do these things.
And you outsource.
Yeah. So, and I'm big on mentors. So I'm always having one person I'm talking to about my business, So you, not MBA, but you learn, you have to learn your one way or another, how to
business,
and just understand the rudiments and the day-to-day of what type of business you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
So aside from having mentors, like, do you have sources that you draw inspiration from for your business, or do you read books? What do you do?
So yeah, so the internet, I love YouTube. Like YouTube is that's why I used to sleep. And my YouTube now is like when I just go on home, you can see all my interests. The cooking videos, the guys talking about restaurant businesses,
Yeah.
the guys talking about general businesses.
Right.
So I think if you're not learning, you're actually
failing,
yeah. And so you should be someone that wants to actively learn.
Yeah.
Because trust you me, there's so many brains out there, so many new. I mean, every year, this Gen Z now or
Something
Gen
new
X,
is coming
like
out.
those guys are on fire.
Yeah.
So you can't just be saying it's the same old way. Like if you're not learning, you're not moving forward. So it's just you can, and with the internet, like I said, there's so many sources of
information,
too many.
Right.
Too many.
So you're always learning. Your source is YouTube.
Yeah,
I'm getting
YouTube.
that.
It's free.
It's
Well,
free.
premium is more or less free because it's not really that much of a. So I as is my source, I just make sure that I have access to the best. So premium is ad. So I don't want no ads
ad-free.
or But it's like we want to do maybe a new sandwich, Cuba. Maybe it's Cuba week for instance, and I want to do a Cuban sandwich.
Yeah.
Just go on YouTube. It's right there. And you don't have to go to Cuba anymore.
True.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you start off with 10? Did you start off with
10 flavors?
Yeah, 10 flavors.
So funny enough, when we started,
Yeah.
the idea in my head was, sweet potato chips. I think we had about 5 flavors
At the time.
at the time.
Yeah.
But Nigerians they want more. They want more. So like, we started off with just wings, sweet potatoes, and the chicken burger.
Right.
Right now we have grilled catfish. We have yam
You
chips,
said
regular chips.
Now, catfish doesn't have wings.
I mean, it has its little.
So what do? Do you grill the wings of the catfish?
So the thing is, at the same time, your business, you need to always take a step back and look at it from another like outside point of view.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, I want to sell these wings, but at the same time, too, bills have to be paid.
Yeah.
And sometimes you see that. I mean, I've had a customer come. First time they tried it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. She came every day, and obviously I'm happy. I have a cash cow now coming in. On Monday, I'm like, how far? This one hasn't come yet. Tuesday, Wednesday, and she's like, if I come on Monday, Tuesday again, when do you think they've done me? But if there was some other options, so I just learned that, look, yes, we had this model we wanted to go with at the beginning, but as you evolve, you see that, okay, you're good at it, but as long as you can contain and give the best quality all the time,
You can diversify.
you might as well just have different product offerings. So we have our die-hard wing fans,
Right.
and once in a while, let me taste this your fish, and so it's looking back and say, okay, what other, so it's like Mercedes Benz, it's not only just the G wagon, if you want a small 2-seater, just drive quick car around town, you have the A class, if you want to upcoming big boy, you have the C class, executive, you have the E class, and if you're not fully executive, you have the S class. So you just say, it's different things under but luxury
brand.
Yeah.
Okay. So, because I would have thought that you would do just cats, catfish, or Catfishville or something.
Yeah. So
I put it on the Wingsville bracket.
So I mean, it's almost like how you have McDonald's now.
Yeah.
So there's the burger that they're known for, but in the same McDonald's per country, you have different menu items that fit into the locality.
But the chicken is standard.
Yeah.
Got you.
So I mean, people like catfish. It's got good profit margins on it, so might as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the lesson I'm getting from this is it's okay to keep the mother,
yes.
the main source, and then you can always diversify the menu
Yeah.
and other
Even if it's
things.
not even like for, you can have seasonal products as well.
Fair.
Christmas time, have like a whole bird turkey that you grill out and, have your cranberry sauce or whatever for that period.
Yeah.
Summertime, you can introduce some barbecue type thing just for the summer period. So
Okay.
it's just creativity,
Hmm.
and you give me something. This maybe Wednesdays is Wednesday matcha tea Wednesdays, and that kind of Wednesday. Just
Yeah.
because people like
Yeah.
new people like newness.
Yes.
So
But do you think, I'm sorry to cut you
no,
short,
sorry.
but do you think you can stay authentic to your style with all these varieties coming in and out?
Yeah, I mean, so it's check the data from
Right.
sales. Wings is still the top seller. So it's like no matter what you
So
do,
it's a staple.
it's there. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, that's what we started with. So
Yeah.
you will see the data. 70% of sales is wings, and you know how all the rest of the items you sell.
Still underneath.
So it's
that.
just let them know you for one thing, but throw
You can
in,
do other
throw
things.
in,
Throw other
yeah,
things in there.
yeah.
Okay. So lesson is have a box, but don't stay in the
Those,
box.
yeah, yeah,
Don't stay in the box. Got you. And a way to stay authentic is to keep what you're known for, but it's always okay to diversify
Yeah.
and do other things
definitely.
in that same
In that space, yeah,
space.
yeah.
So, what is it that you would like people who are trying to discover themselves and discover what it is that they really want to do, or something that they have passion for, but
Yeah.
they want to see how they can turn this into something that can
Be
make
profitable.
profit? Yeah.
So I mean, I was giving an example of how if there's no clear path to profitability, that passion is a hobby.
Right.
I can be passionate about flowers, especially in Nigeria, and that passion, unless maybe, especially now, where probably it's only going to be a few homes that can even understand why you should have flowers in your house.
Your house, yeah.
In Nigeria now, a person that's passionate about flowers probably has to do very, very high end. So you're making money from high end clientele. So you come and do flowers in my house. I pay you 20 million. In a year you have 10 clients, 200 million turnover.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to sell pots of flowers to every Nigerian, you might not. That might be a very, very far off dream.
Yeah.
So you have to sit down and be realistic. Okay, I love the way cups look. Okay, wow, well, that's good. Let it be a cup. You have your museum of cups in your house, But if there's no clear path, like that's one thing I tell people, you have to always be realistic.
Well, how do you find the clear path?
So it's almost like, I don't know, growing up, Muna, you are this. Muna, you are that.
Yeah.
Muna, and you hear something over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Naturally, that's something that you should sort of investigate further. As you grow along, you have certain interests. There was a preaching I heard from Pastor Sam, and he said, "Look, as you're growing up, if you see yourself passionate about human beings, when somebody's crying, you have a soft spot for that kind of person. Something about humanitarian work is in your in your calling. You understand? There's just different things that you see what your body yearns towards, and you'll be able to say, okay, over the years, I've just seemed to be passionate about people being hungry. Okay, why don't you have something to do with a food bank or something?
Yeah.
You will be naturally
Inclined
good
towards
at
it,
at this. Yeah. So it's just
Sorry.
no. Go ahead.
Sorry.
No.
In that passion that you just discovered, that you have a drive
For yeah.
and you don't know the way to turn that into a profitable business other than an NGO. What do you do with that then, even though that's your calling?
Yeah, I mean, people make money from NGOs. You have running fees, you have your
That part.
management. Yeah, there's that part of it, but it might not necessarily have to be an NGO. So, like I said, the internet is there for a lot of, there's so many people that we're in a generation now that little things can just next day it's a big deal, especially if you now know how to factor it into being a desirable product.
Right.
So there's nothing that honestly right nowadays cannot be turned into profit.
Profit, right.
You understand?
But if you
Especially
don't see that profit, don't go into
if
it.
you don't see that profit, it's I mean, seek counsel. You're not an island, no man is an island. Seek counsel, have this idea, obviously from the right people. You don't gotta ask your deadbeat friend that you're interested in cops now. What do you do with cops?
Yeah.
Seek counsel, research, So it's almost like I don't think any one person has one idea.
Right.
Same way you're thinking about cops now. I'm sure if you type cop business around the world, something will come up in one country. You'll be able to see how they've done it to the point where it's a profitable business. Does it work with our climate? Would people people accept it the way they've accepted it in that country that they're in? So it's just you would test it, and I mean, like I always say, not one thing is the path to success.
Yeah.
You can have multi skills. You can have multiple interests. But obviously focus is also key.
Yeah.
Build something up to a certain level where it's operationally efficient, and you can always, so even if something is not profitable now,
It could be profitable later.
yeah.
Yeah.
So timing of the product as well.
It's also key.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of factors to consider when it comes to following your passion
Yeah.
or not following your
Oh no.
passion.
Yeah. So some
It's not
passions.
hard work.
Yeah. I mean, some passions, like, okay, I mean, I could have passion to sing, for instance,
Right.
and I mean, just putting out something on YouTube. So you test it to see, okay, what are people saying about this, my EP I just released, and it can be a thing that if that's not even what's going to be your thing, you can have that one thing for something.
Yeah.
So you can kind of sing in the choir in church,
Yeah.
you can, that one thing, there's so many factors around you just liking to sing or you being able to sing, and you face that.
Right.
If it's maybe a thing where you join, I don't know, a orchestra, or you join a live band, and that's your thing, you enjoy doing it, and it could build to something. But is it paying your bills at that time? Not necessarily, So, but it's a passion. So if along the line, when you're maybe in your 70s, that's when you now pick, is you didn't leave it on the journey. You just you honed it, but at the same time, at the timing
The timing.
was, so timing also plays a
Plays a
big
factor.
big factor. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm getting passion is not enough. Consider it. Seek counsel.
Yeah.
Consider timing. Don't box yourself.
Yeah.
What else did we get from this?
Yeah, I mean, because when you see things, I mean, someone that thought, let me look for an idea now. Okay, let's say electric cars.
Right.
Now, they've been electric cars for a while. The people that started electric cars before Tesla, a lot of them didn't do too well.
Yeah.
And Big Boy Elon comes at the right time and with the right agenda and push, and it's now one of the best companies in the world. So it's almost, so maybe his agenda was we should stop this whole fuel madness. We must use electric cars. And when one person tried it, so it's you keep on trying, and you keep on seeking counsel, keep on applying it at different times, and see what works. Yeah.
What about self-doubt? Like after you keep trying and seeking counsel, sometimes discouragement will enter the picture. So how do you deal with that when that appears in your reality?
So I feel mental state is very, very important. As long as you're not dead, you keep pushing. There's been tough times in the business, and those tough times, if you're not, they say tough times don't last, but tough people do. There's nothing truer than that. So I mean, self-doubt, it's almost, you need to find the source of why you have the doubt, you understand? Is it a thing growing up they told you that you couldn't achieve? success, and that thing sort of got imbibed inside you? Is it that you have tried things and they didn't, have you seen that picture of the two guys digging,
Yeah,
and one guy just like, oh, I'm tired of this, and it's just literally one more hit or that thing and diamond flow, and so it's like I said, until you die, you have to keep on pushing. Okay, you started hair business, it didn't work out. Okay, why didn't it work out? Okay, do you want to try again? This time with what you've learned from it before. Okay, if it's time to leave that ship, okay, let's leave the ship, learn what you learned from it. Okay, you started doing car business. Say you have a passion for cars, you started selling cars. Okay, that didn't work out. What happened? But the more you say, okay, I tried hair, I did car, it didn't work out. So how are you gonna eat? So like there's no, you keep on pushing, and at the end of the day, most people that you see today that are doing so well, that's why I love like stories about like biographies and those kind of movies, because you see someone that should have lost hope and that person is pushing. So you learn that, look, okay, this is something that if I continue, and you build that mindset and say, okay, look, I will never give up. Nothing can stop you. There's no village person that's would, so
No village person.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just, you just have to have that. Like, I think when I tell people stuff, I say, look, your mind over everything. Like, trust you me. Like, once you can train your mind to be, and it's not me just saying for saying sake. Like, I'm telling you, like, this is from real life experience. There's times where, like, mind over everything. And that's, like, literally the only thing that's helping you at that point in time. Yeah. That, look, everything is showing that, look, this is a dead situation. But literally, knowing that, look, it's not really a dead situation. It's just setting parameters and not just clicking at right now, And before you know it, something, just one way, it always comes, like, life always just happens, and you just see that, oh, wow, there's light at the end of the tunnel, so just keep pushing.
Mind over matter.
Mind over everything.
Mind over everything.
Your mindset is very key.
Very key.
Yeah.
I like that. I've learned so much today. Thank you so much, Adeyemi Tanq. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for stopping by. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today on Creative Money. And if you liked what you just learned from us today, please feel free to tell your friends and your family, tell your loved ones. You can share it. Don't forget, you can reach us on our website, www.getcreativemoney.com, or you can follow us on social media at getcreativemoney. Okay, and join us again next time. We'll talk to you about some very interesting things. You can follow us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and tell everyone about us, okay? Can't wait to see you again next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Until then, get creative. Bye.